jump right into it here, fellas, with our Roto-World player news. And if you missed the show yesterday, we recapped a lot of different trades, including but not limited to the Jonathan Mingo trade, where the Cowboys sent a 4th-rounder for him. The Steelers get Mike Williams. We'll revisit that in a second. The Steelers got Mike Williams after our show. They've been chasing a big-name wide receiver. It's not Brandon Ayuk or Devontae Adams, but they get Mike Williams to hopefully help out alongside George Pickens. Khalil Herbert adds some depth to the Bengals backfield. And listen, guys, shout out to Dan Morgan. He drinks free today. This man got a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo.
Right. Dan Morgan, absolutely. You see it right there from Tom Pelissero of NFL Network. Cowboys acquiring wide receiver Jonathan Mingo and a 2025 7th from the Panthers, which in theory will be an early round 7th, for a 2025 4th-round pick per sources. So Panthers general manager Dan Morgan, you drink for free.
Yeah.
Because I have to tell you something. If this trade had gone down in like one of my dynasty leagues, like there would be like 3 days worth of text messages back and forth, angry separate threads, threats of vetoes.
Right, veto voting.
People wanting to leave the league, hurt feelings as well. Just to give you guys a quick list of some other wide receivers in the NFL that were traded for, well, let's call it less than a 4th-round pick. They were acquired for less capital than a 4th-round pick. Deontay Johnson by the Ravens. DeAndre Hopkins to Kansas City. Let's see, Deontay Johnson again when he went from Pittsburgh to Carolina.
That's right.
That's right. Jerry Jeudy when he went from Denver to Cleveland. How about Brandon Cooks when he went from Houston to Dallas? And, of course, Amari Cooper when he went Dallas to Cleveland. Just again, just to put a wrap on it, they got less by trading away. They gave up more to get Jonathan Mingo than they got back for Amari Cooper from the Browns. I just, we don't have to get into a big debate here, but can I get some consensus on the fact that Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper have all had varying levels of success in the NFL?
Yeah,
they've all been productive at various. Like we can argue about Amari Cooper versus Jerry Jeudy, but they've all had success at the NFL level.
I'll be honest.
Has Jonathan Mingo ever had success at the NFL level?
I actually have a different take on this than everybody else does.
Please do.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Trying to sell some hope to Dallas fans.
It's funny. This ain't what you want, Dallas. But it matches with how they season going. That's the crazy part about it.
Now, just to give equal time, I'll just say this. I did see this on X, formerly known as Twitter. My friend Matt Harmon, who does a great job, by the way. Matt does a great job. Matt's argument was that he feels like Mingo is much more suited to be like a power slot, like a big slot guy, and that Carolina never used him that way, and that maybe the fact that he has not had success in the NFL yet is not Mingo's fault. Your thoughts on that, Connor?
Well, number one, that's the exact role he should be projected to. But number two, where does CeeDee Lamb have a lot of production from?
Oh, crap. That's right. They do have CeeDee Lamb. He's good, right?
He's a decent player.
I mean, I haven't broken down the tape, but I do
him
feel like CeeDee Lamb is.
The other thing, too, Jalen Coker, he's that guy. That's what he did in college.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", 215, 220. Yeah. He's a slot player as well. This is Jonathan Mingo's, 3rd year?
Yeah. Or second. He was 2023's draft.
Either way, it was tough for him to get on the field with the Panthers, so that's kind of what make it all crazy. It's not like he coming from the Steelers or anything. Right. You can't get on the field on the Panthers when receivers have gotten traded away. Deontay Johnson, receivers are hurt. Adam Thielen, you still can't get on the field. That's a little alarming.
Well, yeah, I think the argument here is, and so Matt makes a great point, which is that the Panthers didn't use him right. Big shock. Dysfunctional coaching staff in Carolina that didn't use an asset properly. Okay, fine. But I think the counter is, and by the way, I'm not trying to throw Matt under the bus because Matt was not making this point.
He's giving good context.
He was just giving context.
Yeah.
Like I said, Matt's a friend and I'm a fan. I just wanted to give context there. But what I would say is that I think what the clowning is, and this isn't what Matt was fighting against, but the clowning is not about whether Mingo can be a productive wide receiver in the NFL. Maybe he can. Maybe he just didn't have the right role and opportunity in Carolina. And we've certainly seen players that get drafted by a team, don't do anything, and then they go to a new situation, and suddenly you're like, oh, hey, there you go. Sam Darnold's in the MVP conversation, and there's, different position, different circumstances. But my point is, we've seen players have success with teams after they get drafted by a team that they didn't have success with. All of that said, they gave him a 4th for a guy that has done nothing in the NFL. Like, you want to take a flyer on Jonathan Mingo, okay.
For a 6th.
For a 6th,
7th.
for a conditional 7th.
Yeah,
Conditional.
we talking about 6th and 7th. Ain't we not talking about it like this.
If it's a conditional 7th that could maybe get to a 6th based on production and playing time, okay. Sure, whatever. It's a flyer. Whatever, late day 3 pick. But you gave up a 4?
It is bad at allocation of assets.
It's a bad allocation of assets.
So,
how about
puzzling.
them Cowboys?
Puzzling.
How about them Cowboys? Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.